People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. A tele-reminder from Teleradyo Marcelo, ang telearalan ng bawat Malulenyo.
Manood na sa teleradyo, teleradyo Marcelo. Sa gitna ng mapanubok na panahon, magkahatid sa kakibat ay diskusyon. Sama-sama tayo, kahit magkalayo. Sa programang ito, tiyak ang pagkatuto. Teleradyo Marcelo. Teleradyo Marcelo. Teleradyo Marcelo.
Good day, everyone. This is our new episode for our Teleradyo Marcelo, ang teleradyo ng bawat Telpilari. We are now in quarter 3, week 6 of our second sem. This is your teacher broadcaster for this session. I am Maria Isabel Cristina Roque Bautista, and you can call me Teacher Tiny or Teacher Christine. At this moment, the main target of this session is to present an issue in right ways to disseminate information using the codes, convention, and language of media. Yes, this is our media and information literacy. Just checking out the week 6 third quarter episode. So everyone, how is your day? Hope you're doing fine and good. We're fine and good, even though we have a lot and tons of things to do, but still we love it. So these are the things that we need to keep in mind while we are watching our teleradyo. Don't forget to comment down your name and section and say hi to your MIL teacher. Click some hearts for me so that I can know that you are there listening to me. Work at your own pace, especially those activities at the end of our discussion. And lastly, always be merry, be happy, so that everyone will be having our positive vibes. These are some techniques for us to have a smooth communication throughout this teleradyo episode. Number 1, respect each other's opinions. Respect means you accept somebody to what they are and you build a good relationship of trust and safety and well-being. Always remember that respect doesn't come naturally. It is something that we learn. Second one, bashing is not allowed here and everywhere. Sometimes we commit errors and, attacking that person or that group is not a good thing. Because, bashing is to hit or to assault somebody. And sometimes a life is involved in that action. So please avoid it. Third one, Be active as you listen, be attentive as you listen, and be active while you participate well. In order for us to, know everything, we must be able to listen well so that at the end of the session, as I speak again, you know what to do. And lastly, if really needed, find a place where you can concentrate and avoid not good things and instances. You must be able to have a corner in your room so that you can concentrate on the lesson and to have a good result for this session. So, are you ready now to learn something today? Okay, so sit back, relaxed, and welcome to our new normal classroom. Stay tuned because this is our Teleradio Marcel. Hello, I'm back. This is our proper discussion. Our main topic for this session is media and information languages. So let's define some terms here. When we say language, that pertains to the technical and symbolic ingredients, or sometimes codes, and conventions that media and information professionals may select or use in an effort to communicate ideas, information, and knowledge. So just like humans, we have our own language, which is English, Filipinos, and other different languages around the world. Also computers, films, and other medias have their own set of languages. Another term to discuss is the media language. Media language are codes, conventions, formats, and symbols, and narrative structures that indicate the meaning of media messages to an audience. So if language is to communicate ideas and information, when we say media language, that is the language of the media that we have, right? The last term to discuss is messages. Messages are information sent from a source to a receiver. Remember, in our oral form, we need to have a receiver and a sender to form a communication. We have here 3 types of media codes. First, we have symbolic codes, technical codes, and lastly, we have written codes. First up, we have symbolic codes. Symbolic codes are social in nature. Such code exists beyond the media products themselves and can be interpreted in similar ways of our daily life viewer. It includes the language, the dress, or actions or character or iconic symbols that can be easily understood. For example, here, a rose can be used to symbolize romance. A clenched fist may be used to communicate that someone is angry. Okay. Also, here we have objects, setting, color, costume, and bad language. So these are the symbolic codes that can be used to communicate or send messages to our audience. The first one, we have setting. Setting, as we learned in English 10, is a part of the plot of the story. This is where the story happened. It can be a time or a place. Also, sometimes it can be a weather condition. For example, Elsa and Anna will be not having their powers because if the setting will be in a ocean, it will be very difficult. It will be a very difficult task for them. And I cannot imagine Moana being, having the skirt and the boat in such winter and Atlantic scenario. Another term here is mise enzi. I don't know if I pronounce it well. It is a term, French term, meaning everything within the frame. So you need to have all the objects arranged in the frame so that the lens of the camera can be analyzed, that you are portraying a message. It needs to have the set design, the costume, the props, the staging, and composition. For example, here is the illustration given in the slide. This is the final shot out scene in the middle of a circular graveyard. What does it mean? I know it has a different meaning from you in your viewpoint. For me, from alive, you will be dead someday. Something like that. Life is just like a circle. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Next one, we have acting. Acting is an actor or an actress portraying a character that contributes to the development of the character, creating some tension or interpreting the narrative. He or she is designed throughout the following elements. One, facial expression. Second, body language. Third, vocal qualities, movement, support. And the last one is body contact. For example, here, the main actor portrayed here in Korean is really an excellent actor. Even though, he portrayed a mentally challenged father who allegedly killed someone and raped, but with the emotional attachment to his daughter, it becomes evident for them that he is not the one committed the crime. In the Philippine scenario, Agamula portrayed this actor. But in my own opinion, and in Jose Manalo will be the best spot for this one. Before we proceed with our technical codes, let's watch some videos for us to analyze more about symbolic. Hello, I'm back. This is a video about symbolism in film. You may get some information, and please don't hesitate to take a note and listen attentively. Sit back relaxed as you watch the video.
Symbols have been around for thousands of years. Ranging from Egyptian hieroglyphics to company logos, symbols have expanded quickly. There are countries all over the world that share the same symbols. It's as if symbols consist of a universal language that everyone can understand. A symbol is something such as an object, picture, written word, or sound that represents something else by association or resemblance. For example, when you're driving on the road and you see this, what are you supposed to do? That's right, stop. I'm here to talk to you about symbolism in film. Symbolism in film is very similar to that of the arts, only film has a much broader range. It's the artistic method of revealing ideas or truths through the use of the story, color, sounds, objects, and effects. Let's break it down. Storylines, when it comes to symbolism, has a wide range of categories. Whether it's the characters we fall for or the wonderful locations used in the film, some movies go in-depth to express meaning. Just look at the movie The Matrix. It's about a character named Thomas A. Anderson who is living a double life. One, working for a highly respectable software company, and two, a hacker under the alias Neo. The Matrix follows the progression of Neo going from regular guy to being exposed to the real world. A series of unusual events brings him into contact with a group of people led by Morpheus. Morpheus feels Neo is the chosen one, the one who will set everyone free from the Matrix. Let's take a look at the main character, Neo Anderson. If we took his nickname Neo and performed a little anagram on it, we would get the word one, meaning the chosen one. Neo also means new in Greek. Anderson, ander, meaning man, and son, which is son. Jumble these words, and you get new son of man. In classic mythology, Morpheus was the god of dreams. In The Matrix, Morpheus constantly talks about dreams. Zion, the place that is home to those living in the real world, is based off of Mount Zion, which is located in Jerusalem. Knowing all of this information, we can piece together that the Matrix is based off of the Bible. Neo representing the chosen one who will save all the people of Zion. Let's take a look at color. Color plays a huge role when it comes to movies, whether it's what the characters wear or the look of the film. Look at superheroes. The costumes that they wear symbolize their true meaning. Batman wears a dark suit to symbolize a bat. Captain America and Spider-Man wear red, white, and blue to represent true American heroes. Then there is this guy, dressed in all black to represent being evil and provoke fear into his enemies. Look at his weapon, red color symbolizing evil, while his enemy, who fights for all that is good, wields a blue or bright color lightsaber. Color truly gives meaning to a film. Everyone who watches an action movie has to watch it at a loud volume. That's the best way of experiencing the movie. When it comes to sound, the audience can be easily persuaded or manipulated if the right sounds are used. When you're watching a movie and you hear wind, 9 out of 10 times something bad is going to happen. It's an old Hollywood trick. Music often defines a scene. What happens if we took out this scary music and put in this music? It changes the whole feeling of the scene. Objects symbolize a reoccurrence of an event in a movie. For example, the Godfather series. Every time an orange is in a scene, someone dies or death is being talked about. The objects foreshadow something in the future. Look at the movie The Sixth Sense. Objects that are in red, like this doorknob, the character's sweater, or this red balloon, foreshadow something scary is about to happen. Objects are tough to spot, but once you do, you easily pick up on the symbolism. Simple effects like black and white symbolize events that happened in the past. It also represents old. When you switch to color, that gives a vibrant new feeling. Take a look at the simple cross dissolve. A cross dissolve is when the film cross-cuts between two shots. This represents a passage of time. What happens if we took out the cross dissolves? The symbolism of a passage of time is no longer there without this effect. Hopefully now you understand that there is a wide range of categories that filmmakers use to express meaning. Symbolism in film may be tough to pick up on at first, but once you do, you'll be looking at movies in a whole new way.
Thank you for listening. So those are the the symbolism used in our films. Next one, we have the technical codes. Technical codes includes camera work, editing, audio, and lighting. These are all technicals, meaning they need to have an equipment in order to tell a story in a media like text. For example, let's proceed now with camera works. And camera works, as the word suggests, it is a work in the camera. It is how the camera is operated, positioned, and moved to achieve or to create a certain effect. It is also in analyzing and emphasizing media. It includes positioning, framing, exposure, and your choice of lens. Also, editing. Editing is one of a major skills right now, especially in technical media, and considered studying it. It is a process of choosing, manipulating, arranging images and sounds. It is especially in edits and spatial or temporal edits. Next one, audio. From the term itself, when say audio is something that you can hear. It is expressive or the natural sounds that produces. It includes the dialogue, sound effects, and the music. Okay, so it is a expressively or naturally also plays a role in the media. Okay, just like the example in the video that we watched, if the villain will arrive in a happy sounds, it will not be, it will not symbolizes that, something is bad to be happen, but, you have a satisfying effect. You will smile a lot, even though a lot of people are killing themselves. This one, lighting is manipulating light. It can be artificially or naturally, especially with the sun. But right now, it is difficult, especially during the night, to manipulate the light. So we need to have, artificial lighting, especially in my choice of profession. It is also one of the important elements in media, especially in recording videos like this one. Because, it's so difficult that you will see your face, but your face is not that clear in camera. And that's it. Again, at this moment, you're gonna watch a movie wherein it will discuss some camera tricks. Please don't hesitate to take some notes and to, take some information with regards to camera trick.
Hey, what's up? So we're going to be talking about camera angles in this lesson, and it's a really cool lesson because we're going to take you through the common shots like wide shot, medium, close-up, and then some of the artistic shots, the ones that are like Dutch angle or aerial shots that really help establish. So what we want to do is show you famous movies, shots from those, and then also remember that the key element here is that story comes first. That really tickled. Story is really important, so if your shots aren't helping your story, cut them out. Don't wait till the cutting room floor. Don't go into a scene and film a million shots. But we're going to show you the cool ones to add to your repertoire. So this is our wide shot. It's the establishing shot, usually at the beginning of the scene. Kind of tells us where we are. It gives the audience a little perspective and context. You can see there's another me. Let's keep going. And this is a long shot. Typically a long shot has enough headroom and enough room for your feet so you can see a full body in the shot. That's kind of goofy. And this is a medium shot. We usually go from waist, give a little headroom. So this is a close-up shot. Usually shoulders up, it's all about the face. On a script you'll see it as CU, close-up, and then the next shot is going to be extreme close-up. That's where you're going right here, some details of the face, the eyes, the mouth, something like that. Let's jump to a cutaway shot. And this is a This is a cutaway shot. And this is something other than the subject in it. In this case, the geese. Come on, scram, scram. So this is the pan when you follow your subject either left to right, and then a tilt is when you're going down or up, looking at the great tree here. So what you're seeing right now is a handheld shot. They use this in Private Ryan in the beginning, so it's really shaky. We're gonna jump to a Steadicam here, which is gonna be helping us get these smooth shots. So let's show you what that looks like. So this is the Steadicam shot. You can even run and still get a smooth shot. This next shot you can either do with a Steadicam or a dolly. It's called the arc shot, where Michael Bay goes around the actor 360 degrees. Here's some of the arc shots from famous movies. So camera angles and shots really have the power to move the story forward or tell emotion. And if your shots aren't doing that, I would cut them out. Don't film a million angles because that's not fun for the crew. But what we did is we created a short film, a really short film, to show you just simple camera angles. It's not about the story necessarily, but it's to show you how the story can be more powerful because of simple camera angles. Check it out. Yo, Richie!
Where's my lunch money?
It's not your lunch money, it's my lunch money.
What did you say? Now we're talking.
Dad?
You sure showed him, huh, son?
So those are the angles that we can use in our media arts productions. Next type of code is written codes. These are the codes that is used in written format, especially in medias. This code can be interpret a narrative or communicate information regarding a character. It conveys issues and themes emerged with the media products. For example, here is a headline. A headline is a title of a story in large types. Also, the title of the book or a film. Caption, the set of words or sentences appear below an image and a speech bubble that is used in comics and cartoons. Next one, we have conventions. Conventions is some sort of the norm where it is accepted by everyone. There has to be a convention. According to Robert Young, conventions are accepted ways of using media codes. There are three types of media or conventions: form, story, and genre. So let's define. When say form, that is the distinct way that audience expect codes to be arranged in media. So it regards in forms. When we say story, it is a narrative structure, expectations that is coming from media. And lastly, genre is a commonly used of groups, characters, or setting or theme in a certain media way. So what are the examples of convention? We have form convention. Example of this is the title of the film. It can be at the beginning. Sometimes it has a good, presentation of saying or displaying the title of the film, especially at this time or at this moment. Films have their own creative ways of displaying the title of the film that they're using. Another one, newspapers. having a banner story as the most important news of the day. I remember back then when we got locked down, Manila Bulletin Inquirer went, the term lockdown, not quarantine. And lastly, the mobile games, which has the step-to-step enable for us to have a game properly. Next type is story convention. This is an example of cause and effect in character constructions and point of view. Another one, the last of convention, is how the audience expect from the media product. It can be formal or thematic. So let us remember the following. Don't forget this. When you say language, it can give us the symbolic ingredients. It pertains the codes and conventions, including the media and information professionals select to have an effort to communicate information and knowledge. Also have the media language. This is the language used in media to indicate the meaning of a message towards its audience. The message is the information sent from a receiver, from a source to a receiver. Symbolic codes, these are social in nature. These codes exist beyond our products, and it is interpreted in similar ways of our daily life. Technical codes, as the term suggests, when say technical, it's more of the skills. It needs technical techniques of camera, lighting, editing, and everything. So it's activity time. So in this task, there is a scenario, and you will choose whether you make a storyboard, a photo story, or a written blog, wherein you're gonna communicate and indicate the regulations of the scenario. For example, the scenario, here it is. Let us read, everyone. President Rodrigo R. Duterte put the main island of Luzon on lockdown on March 16, 2020, due to the health risks of COVID-19. Most of the residents stay at home, while others went out. Police are starting to arrest hundreds of people for violating curfews, social distancing, and quarantine regulations. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna inform everybody in your community of the said incident and make them aware of the rules and regulation of the lockdown and possible consequences once they violated this rule. So in the storyboard, suggest that, you can have a title and you can make, some stories that this person has violated the quarantine rules. And this is the, not just the punishment, but this is the consequences of the thing that he done. What are the things that essential if you want to get out? What are the things that is not so good? And what are the, possible causes of not having the virus once you go home to your family? What are the, precautionary measures so that we will go home safe and sound and nobody will be, you will go home happy because you don't get some virus or you're not infected with the virus once you get out of the house. So you have to keep those in mind while you are doing this task. Always remember to use the codes and conventions for the development of your outputs. Rubrics, as we're going to discuss it later, is provided so that you will have a meaningful and it will be graded properly. Always remember, do it in your own pace. So, another guide questions to be followed. Number 1, what will you do to make your report not boring? So, in order for you to report it, to entertain your own classmates, your own yourself, especially if you want to impress your teacher, you must, or it must be interesting. You must put some facts and vital information. Don't forget to verify it. Second one, would you exaggerate some elements in your report to make it interesting? Exaggerate in a way that you will emphasize it, meaning you're going to give a stress to it so that it will spark interest to others. And into that, why you want to exaggerate those ideas and elements in your report. So these are the criteria for our performance tasks. The highest score will be 4, and the lowest will be 1, based on attractiveness, creativity, validity of information, and meaningfulness. Don't forget to ask your multimedia arts, your media and literacy teacher for your questions and clarifications once you don't understand well about this performance task. And if you have any questions and clarification, don't forget to message me. And that's it for this day. I hope you had a great time listening to me. See you in our next episode. Again, this is your teacher, Tiny, signing off.
Makinig, manood, nasa teleradyo. Makinig, manood, nasa teleradyo. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo. Sa gitna ng mapanubok na panahon, magkahatid sa kakibat ay diskusyon. Sama-sama tayo, kahit magkalayo. Sa programang ito, tiyak ang pagkatuto. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo. Teleradyo, Teleradyo Marcelo.